The one thing I wanted to sort of uh, talk a little bit is to what Mark had pointed out, that there's different provinces and states that there's different restrictions on legality of sending documentation to owners specifically. I would just touch base briefly on Ontario, but there's a generic form that each state from their own sort of country, they can take advantage of it. So the one in Ontario, I believe it came around 2017, called electronic consent, which is a form of gathering consent from owners that they're consenting to the corporations to eliminate paper delivered to them, and then you can sort of do the email version of those. And in Ontario specifically, there's, I think, Mark, you can correct me, there's about 11 sort of notices that goes out throughout the year within those legal notice. And I'm sure each corporation will have their own sort of budget to sort of do printing, mailing, and postage. And if the owner is off-site, then you have to pay for those international posts and so forth. So this feature has been in Condo Control since 2017, and there's a good way to click a button, and the embedded form is built into the system, and the owner will get a hyperlink. They'll click on it, and all they have to do is sign, because their email is already in Condo Control. So that gives the ability for the corporation to literally, the max I seen was around 90 to 95% of consent from new owners if a lot of emails are valid and people want to get away with that. And the cost saving from we did a sort of analysis a few years back, and then Mark, you can sort of jump in as well. They had an estimation that each package will cost $33 per unit. And if you times that from your unit count times how many times a year, on Mark's building, I'm sure your budget is sort of, over that 10,000 sort of, budget for accomplish that. So this is a great way that you can use the platform to not only save money, because at the end of the day, that's the maintenance fee cost that's going towards that. And second is, once you send it, you can send it a reminder every 48 hours, and it's only gonna go to the people that have not yet consented. Every time you send it, you can change the body, say, listen, we're at 50%. That means we have saved 2,000. That 2,000 we're gonna put into, get some plants and put in the lobby, so that you're saving that money and you're spending that within the community. So it's another very important area. Mark and John, you guys are more than welcome to comment on that. But that's the sort of one that really has like what we call is return of investment. Like you getting that money back, and then you sort of paying Condo Control. So at the end of the day, the Condo Control may not cost anything to the corporation, because we're saving sort of.
Absolutely, it's a real savings, and of course, as we all know, one thing owners love is saving money. So anytime we can offer something that's going to reduce the budget, then that's great. And as you pointed out, at my site here, it's thousands of dollars. And I remember the days of printing out large AGM packages and having to label them and put them in envelopes and all that sort of stuff. And as a manager, you're busy. And then for smaller buildings, oftentimes you just don't have the time. So then it gets sent to a printer. So then there's an additional cost. And like you said, when we can send it out to owners and say, look, just sign up here. Everybody's using email anyway, or most people at this point, I would say probably 95% of the population has an email address or something. I don't know what the stat is, but I'm sure it's up there.
Yeah.
And everybody wants it. They want the convenience, and nobody wants to have all this paper. It's really wasteful. Now, I say nobody, there are a few that do, but that's becoming fewer and fewer all the time. For us, it's great. It's just a real savings for sure.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Anything from you, John?
Yeah, I have two comments to make. One, in the state of California, the state legislature has not kept up with technology. So we still have about 3 or 4 mandated postal service mailings that have to be made every year, regardless of what you and I would like to do. And we're still making those. But we were making them monthly, multiple monthlies in the past. I mean, I'm back 10 years ago, which we are no longer making. So significant improvement has been made. And I can state with great certainty that we, in a year's period of time, Surfsong HOA is paying less in fees in 2021 to use the Condo Control platform than we paid in mailing costs for U.S. postal mailings in 2013, 2014, and 2015. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.